Hello everyone and welcome to Season Watch. Today we're watching Oshi no Ko, or Next Star in English, Episode 7. Now there was a lot of stuff happening here at home, so I couldn't really use the computer quite enough, so the videos were all delayed, and now I'm having to get back to the grind and catch up on all those episodes. There's a lot of catching up to do, but let's start with this one. So, recapping from last episode, we had the whole thing with Akane. The whole reality dating show was going on. Aqua was even seeing the roles, how Yuki was like the center of attention, and then she had the other two guys, Nobu and Kengo, or something like that, also like around her, forming like a love triangle situation. um Nemcho like was just doing her thing, and Aqua as well just doing his thing, but Akane was just not non-present, not really leaving a mark. And even her producer, I think, like was getting mad when he saw that, like very much shouting the manager to get her to leave a mark, because she's got very little screen time, and that's only putting more pressure on her, just always trying to learn, taking notes. And she was gonna try to take one of the main guys from her to get the attention, but when she stepped up, she accidentally cut Yuki, and that's where the scene stopped. Now, she was devastated, and Yuki actually was the one to calm her down, and they made up. Great. However, that's not what the viewers saw. That part was not on screen. So everyone got really mad at Akane, and everyone kept sending her death threats and blaming on her, like insulting her, and everything was just a complete disaster. Like her life was ruined, and just kept snowballing and snowballing. So to the point where she almost decided to do an action that made her stop thinking, we could say. However, Aqua showed up to save the day at that moment. Now, I don't know if he was just happened to be around, if he was looking for her because of the group chat, or whatever it was, but we might get an answer to that here, and hopefully Aqua can help her calm down, and maybe they can help her situation now. See, I am a bit late to this, so I'm sure all of you already know what's happening here, but now it's my turn to see. So, as a reminder, this is a ignore that. This is a timer reaction, which means you sync up your own version with mine as we watch it together. I'll try to add some scenes here and there, but don't expect too much. That being said, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, right. I forgot about the opening. Yeah, we normally start with the opening right away. Gifted Idol-sama. Aqua? Now, how he's gonna save the day here, I do not know. Technically did already save last time, at the end of the last episode. And there's Mencho. There's Kana. There's Akane. There's Aqua past life. Which is interesting, showing him in front of, like, in front of the crowd, and just a few glow sticks, and when he reincarnates, there's like a whole bunch of glow sticks there. And then there's a mix of ice performance with Aqua searching, and Ruby just looking for that light to capture it. You know, a little bit. And okay, so let's go back to the scene. Oh, we're going back actually, like a couple, like a minute or so before. Yeah, that is such a tough moment because he was in that desperate state. Look how his eye lights up there. Okay. Ah, so Mem was the one that got this started. Preventing from bad things to happen. That's what he's doing there. Well, yeah. I imagine like not only does it vary person to person. Wow. But she did have that moment where her stardom just faded away. Enough to give you the illusion your whole life is over. Wow. Interesting way to see it. 50 ended up doing it. Like 500 got close to it. Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, the characters getting bad mouth and stuff. It's not me, but when you're being your true self, people are bashing you. Yeah, that is the downside of celebrities. How they become a public figure for the good and the bad. Yeah, just that when you're a public figure, everyone can see those flaws. What happened? Is it something related to Aqua, I imagine? Really? I guess because yeah. うん Yeah, like I was saying, she was in a terrible state, but it got drastic once people started bashing her mom and the producer. That's when like it was the last drop. Oh, you know how people can die easily. You've seen it happen twice. Himself and I. Now Yuki showing up. And the others as well. Yeah, because they were worried about her.
お前これからどうしたい？このまま番組を降りるって選択肢もあるってことだ。でも契約とか これは番組側が未成年者を扱う上での監督責任を問われる問題だ。
I see.
こういう状況になった以上、やめるっていう
I mean, with a situation like this, it's kind of hard. No stage name, I see. Yeah, her situation is very tense. Gonna stick it to the end. Hey,
だってさ、
got that perseverance.
当たり前だろ。最初からそう言ってるんだけどな。
私たちもできる限りフォローするから。仲がいい現場なのね。
Yeah,
まあ、
yeah, we're all worried about her.
現場だからな。多分みんなで協力して、いろいろ言われながらも番組やりきるだろうよ。
Really? Yeah, because definitely the production staff that cut off at that point did not record and just send it to the TV, to the episode. To get the fame for the show, they fanned the flames, and then the public just went to town. What happened? I did not read that. The real reality show because
茜の自殺未遂のニュースが流れ、界隈では様々な議論が起こった。もちろんそれで引くやつもいるが、新たな火種に中傷も加速。
注目度が上がってプラマイゼロ。こういうのは炎上対策としていい手とは言えないの。現に今も黒川茜は番組出演。
Really, her appearance has been postponed. Yeah, he's showing the consequences. The amount of chips being wagered. Oh, I'm terrible with poker, so yeah, you lost me when you made the poker analogy. Like, I understand it, but I can't do poker. I don't have many, just 100 or so. Yeah. They're making... Look at that. How the TV can stage and portray things as they like. Yeah, he does have video editing skills. Also, I did not mention before, but I do like this friendship between Aqua and Mencho. Because I've seen the last episode, they were always like talking with each other and stuff. And he's not putting on that fake happy persona here.
自殺未遂というセンシティブな話題、ほとんどの客層は叩くべきか擁護すべきか悩んでいるサイレントマジョリティ。つまり答えを求めているユーザーが多い。そこに共感性の高い意見を提供
Highly empathetic viewpoint.
人がそれを正義と思い込むマーケットになっている。
A little devilish self. Yeah. They were making videos for the actual account. Yeah, she knows about timing and everything as a YouTuber and everything. Like she was a TikToker and everything. Online marketing, self-promotion. Oh, see, that's good. Look at that. They're all working together on this. Yeah, he is a musician. He's in a band. Really? He's the one that write the lyrics. Okay.
でもやっぱさ、あのシーンは欲しくない？
どのシーン？
ほら、茜が私叩いちゃって、それを私が優しく抱きしめるとこ。
ああ、でもあそこカメラ止まってて。
甘いな。
Hmm? What?
プロモデルの私が定点カメラの位置を気にしてないと思う？一応カメラに気持ちよく映るポジでやってたんだよ。
Huh.
いろいろ台無しな。
Yeah. So they did record it. And she was even saying like there's no filming here her true self, but she's always paying attention to that, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because instead of bashing her as a villain, they become the villain. While they're being the true self, like true self, and for the most part, and not really following its script, they are picking and choosing the parts to make a story themselves.
茜は責任感強いんですよ。
知ってるよ。ずっと撮ってるんだし。茜はプロで、僕らも仕事でやっている。
Oh. Yeah. Down kids who are making mistakes. That eye lighting up. Yeah, she's always looking for him for advice and everything. And he's the one that put into her head the whole stealing Nobu. Now everyone's giving their inputs. Look at that. And he's working that editing with all the information they had. It's just celebrating there, and he's just stone faced. The energy drinks. A high spec PC is already done.
どんぐらい伸びるかな。最低でも5000はいってほしいよね。それも結構難しいよ。気合い入れて作ったものほど意外と伸びなかったりするからね。最初の1分で100リツイートくらいいけば、最終的には結構
The retweets just get the word out. It's the important part.
やるだけやったんだ。さあ、ショーダウンと行こうぜ。
お前が一番何もやってない。
Yeah, I was about to say. Wait, one the music, the timing, and I like that. That's a thumbnail. 3, 6, 58, 82, 226. I want to see what they made here. they they were able to get that scene, which is kind of crazy that that actually was recorded, and Akane is watching. The good side of the story.
この動画は
74,000 retweets in the first day.
黒川茜のイメージを変革すると同時に
But I like how the solidarity there between the six of them. And Akane is back. Been 10 years from now, that's gonna live a mark. Yeah, like, be careful for everything you say.
やっぱ素の自分で出て叩かれるとダメージ大きい
Yeah.
し。
Well, lines a way to protect yourself.
何かしら演じてたらその役が鎧になる
Role becomes your
その自分を
armor.
晒しても傷つくだけこれは別にリアリティショーに限った話じゃない社交術としても重要な概念だ
Several layers deep. Yeah. Loki. I mean, yeah, you gotta decide on that. Really? And she'll play that ideal girl type. And he's gonna think about I.
うわ最悪。ルッキズムの権化出たな。
太陽みたいな笑顔完璧なパフォーマンスまるで無敵に思える剣道
And she's taking notes.
吸い寄せられる天性の瞳
難しいこと言うな。
抽象的です。
でもあれか
Someone like I from Pico Match. What? Well, what? That's crazy. I don't know. You're pretty much right. Like, it's her. Aw, look at that. Yeah, you're so turned that I is such a different thing that even when you try to make your when you're working as an actor, you're always comparing yourself to her. How she's a completely different being. Taking notes of Aqua's ideal girl and looking up some information on I. And she's putting in her research. The eyes, you know? Kind of like Aqua's eye.
友人関係は薄そう。でも異性関係は何かあるだろうな。
うん
家庭環境はいい。いや、この人格形成は劣悪な方向かな。
Look at that.
愛情の
You even have some analysis.
秘密主義と暴露欲求、破天荒な言動に反し完璧主義者、無頓着さと過度な執着。
Look at that. She's full on analyzing I. Oh, even about sex during puberty. Like, she goes hard in that research. Her self-destruct behavior improved around 15. I wonder what happened back then. Yeah. Look at that. She's pretty on point about her research on I. Yeah, I know what you meant as a rival. They're saying that a lot now.
いや、同い年で同じ女優業やってる人間としては、目の上の単行部っていうかさ、ちょっとは落ちてこいって気持ちを持つのもわかるでしょ。いわゆるシャーデンフロイデってや
I'm
つよ。
sorry, what? Schadenfreude. A screen actor. Oh. Famous as a gifted performer in theatrical. So that's like how she's different from Aqua. She's more of a theater actress, while he's more of a recordings actor kind of thing. Screen actor, as put it. And now she's gonna
そうだ
play
よ。
the role as I. Oh, even that already caught him off guard. And then her eyes changed. I don't know how she did that.
眠いんだよね。収録早すぎてさ。
Look at that.
もうカメラ回ってる？
Look at that. He caught by surprise with that. Oh, pretty good. Now she's showing her specialty here. When she's researching her role, she put in all that. And she's playing a eye. And that is something that actually surprises Aqua. He's flabbergasted. Both of her ability and with kind of eye showing up. Oh, I never noticed that part of the music. The strings somehow. I don't think I ever pay attention much to the music in the ending. Movie. And focus on his normal eye, not his star eye as well. And standing up. And that's the end. And that's the episode. I really like the bond between the cast members, the 6 teenagers, that they actually grew together. Like they formed that bond between them. Like they showed like it wasn't on screen her Yuki making up with Akane and everything, even though technically it was. They just did not show that, but I'll talk about that later. Anyway, like they were all worried about Akane, and even Mencho was the one that pointed out like she's not answering after she said she was leaving. I'm worried about her, so they all started looking for her. Luckily, Aqua found her, and just in time too. So they were all at the police station because of that incident, and her mom was there. Aqua's mom arrived there, and then the rest of the cast showed up, all worried about Akane, and they were all like very much worried because they weren't just like Akane's mom. They didn't know all that was happening with her, and they wanted to see like what she thinks about the situation and everything. And they decided Aqua rather was the one that started this, deciding how to help her, showing the good side, like what's not being shown on screen, because the producers can stage a story, can show a story how they want it, even though like you're doing everything your true self. As long as they just show up part of that, they can tell the story how they want. and they were portraying Akane as the villain. That's why they cut that. So they decided to show the kindness of her, like how she's actually a kind and sweet girl, and showing that with everyone. It's not just Eclipse focusing on just Akane. They also show some other stuff there, and Aqua got the help from the other members as well, such as Mancho with her experience with TikTok and Twitter and YouTube, knowing like when to post and stuff and how to do it. So like the publicity, the marketing. Kengo or Cambo or something like that. Ken was the one the in the music band, and he was the one that made the soundtrack for this, as he's the one that also making the lyrics and everything for the band. So he made the song for this, and Yuki was the one that realized that that scene of the apology was recorded, as because she's always paying attention to the cameras. So it also kind of makes that scene a little flat, because it seemed very truthful how, yeah, that's her true self, there's no camera recording, but at the same time she was aware the camera's recording, so like they just did not put that out there. So how much of that is her true self? Because like they said before, she wasn't really acting but exaggerating her emotions before, so like I guess that's how she feels. She's just putting on a face for the camera to make it more dramatic, yes. But yeah, they were all working with that. There was Aqua's editing skill when working with the director, so they all put that to work and posted that on the official Twitter, and they got a bunch of retweets, and they got the word out about Akane.
メムのやつが台風の中お前が出かけて、なのに全然帰ってこないって探し回ってんだよ。
このままやめたくない。
わかった。だってさ、問題ないよな。当たり前だろ。最初からそう言ってるんだけどな。ここからが本当のリアリティショーだ。俺には映像編集のスキルもあるし、素材さえあれば。
なるほど。つまりアクタンは私たち目線の今勝ちをやりたいんだ。アクタンは何曜日の何時にアップするのが一番リツイート数稼げて、何文字程度の投稿が一番インプレッション高いか知ってるの？
いや。じゃあ俺楽曲提供するよ。
でもやっぱさ、あのシーンは欲しくない？プロモデルの私が定点カメラの位置を気にしてないと思う？
いや、まあるにはあるけどね。映像データは持ち出し厳禁。さすがに渡せないぞ。
大人がガキ守らなくてどうすんだよ。
言えてるな。
最初の1分で100リツイートくらいいけば、最終的には結構なバズにはなると思うけど。いける！これいける！きたー！よっしゃー！
So yeah, I really like that friendship they all have. As I pointed out during the episode, I do like the friendship between Aqua and Mencho. Like, that's actually something that that sticks out from the rest of the cast, because Aqua does show interacting with her a bit more than with the rest, and we've seen that last episode as well, like how she was even pointing out all those layers he puts on, like maybe someday he'll show his true self, and they were all curious about him. And they asked, like, what about Aqua's ideal girl? Because the other two are involved with that situation with Yuki. Memcho's just by herself being the comical one. So what if we get Aqua and Akane involved? That will give them some showcase in the series. So Aqua ends up describing I, because as he mentioned, she still has those feelings with I, which is kind of complicated. It's a love, but kind of hard to say if it's a romantic love, because there was a lot of different situations involved here. So he described that, and even Mencho point out like, hey, that reminds me of I. So Akane just makes that full-on research on I, and she like has that psychological mapping. Like she figured out so much about I there, which is kind of scary how much she was able to figure out her psychological states, her education, like sexual activity between puberty, like how her self-destructive self stopped at around 15, so something happened. Like, oh my god, she's very good at that. Like, I guess that's her specialty. And then when they went to the filming, she started acting like I, and that came as a shock to Aqua. Like, hold on, what is this? And even the eyes changed. Or like when she blinked, the eye became star eye. Like, it's good.
アクタンがマジでアプローチしてくるなら話は別だけど、
あまり期待はするな。
アクタンも何かアップしなよ。
俺はそういう若い子の使うツールわからないし、いい。
ジジクさ。それって誰かの入れ知恵？自分で考えたの？
自分だけど。
へえ、勘どころ悪くない。
考え込んでどうしたの？やらせが少ないのはいいことじゃない？
見てる側からしたらそうだろうけど、嘘は身を守る最大の手段でもあるからさ。
これからはさ、茜もちょっとキャラつけた方がいいんじゃない？
何かしら演じてたらその役が鎧になる。
アクタンも何重に演じてるもんね。もう少し奥底見せてくれてもいいんだよ。
断る。
アクタンはどういう女が好み？でもあれかな、ビーコ町の愛みたいな。
特徴はやっぱりあの瞳、自信からくるものだとしたら承認欲求は満たされてる。発達障害の傾向、思春期の段階で性交渉があった子特有のバランスの悪さ。
そうだね、アクア。あ、もうカメラ回ってる？
But before we end, I want to talk about the producers, like the company, not the company, but like the directing team and everything that made this show. How they made Akane as the villain of the story to show attention. So the guess was the director that was pointing her like, hey, what you should do to get attention is like be the villain, take Nobu away from Yuki and everything. And also the recordings they did, they cut off right after Akane cut Yuki. And then even though they recorded the apology, they did not have that out and everything. Like there's just staging as we saw. Like even though they were all being their true self, they were telling a story how they wanted to sound like. Which is a kind of a problem of media in general. Like you can never really get the full story because they show you what they want you to see, how they want you to feel. So it's always tricky with media in general because hard to tell what is actually happening and from what they want you to see. And they were kind of doing that just like any other show. So Aqua was actually able to talk to the guy about that. Like, okay, yeah, you were doing that stuff, but we're kids. We're teenagers, 17s. Like, we make mistakes in our lives. And you, as an adult, should be responsible for protecting us. Or shouldn't you? Because, like, they were all working under him and everything. And thankfully, Aqua was able to convince him, and they were able to do that to get the word out for empathy and sympathy for Akane.
煽った番組サイドも好き勝手言うネットのやつらにも腹が立ってしょうがないんだよ。そこには黒川茜を悪役にしたら面白いっていう意図が存在する。どんな成人も一面だけ切り抜いてつなぎ合わせれば悪人に仕立て上げられる。
目立つためにはどうすればいいかって？そりゃユキからノブを奪う悪女ムーブだよ。
絶対スタッフは取っといてる。分かって隠してるんだよ。ずるいよね。
表に出れば出演者たちを悪役に仕立て上げる演出をしたって白状するようなものですから。
僕らがやっているのはリアリティショーというエンタメだ。みんなリアリティのあるいざこざが楽しみで番組を見ている。
そこに共感性の高い意見を提供すれば多くの人がそれを正義と思い込むマーケットになっている。
この動画は24時間後に7万4000リツイートを達成。黒川茜のイメージを変革すると同時に今勝ちの人気を決定づけるものとなった。
So that's it for this episode, and next episode we're gonna have Akane acting like I, which is gonna be a complete shock for Aqua. Both because of Akane's skills and because of I showing up. Since he has this whole complicated relationship with I, and she's like incarnating I here for the screen. Like, that's why she's an actress. And I'm very curious how that's gonna go, because he's not being his like layered self behind lies. He's just in complete shock and with his guard down with the situation. So I want to see how his reaction's gonna go. But that's gonna wait to next time, which hopefully I'm gonna be watching the episode on the day it comes out on Wednesday. Hopefully nothing else comes up, but we'll see. Anyway, that's all for this episode, and with that being said, see you next time. Bye!